Well, it's Friday afternoon and we've had quite an amazing week down at Banks Chamber Tomb. Today in the West Cell, Dave and Linda have been removing what looks like a sealing layer of silty clay material. That we had the skulls and a couple of femurs and some human remains that have been laid on top of it. So this seals a really amazing deposit of skeletal material. This is our kind of original burial material. The sequence of bones that were brought into the tomb, none of them appear to be articulated, and they seem to represent many parts of the body, many parts of the skeleton. So we're even finding tiny little finger bones. We're finding adult, juvenile, and even infant and possibly child, really young child bones. So that's been a really amazing day. We've been recording that in situ using rectified photography to help speed things along. So it's been a really amazing day. So we're going to be continuing to excavate those really exciting deposits next week. And as talking about the otters before and about how they've been coming in on the slab layer that's partly backfilled the tomb, it seems that the otter sprain, there's several layers of it, there's several phases of it. So the otters, it seems, are sharing this tomb with the community that built it, and then later on using it. So it didn't seem to be a problem that otters were coming into the tomb and using it as a halt, whilst burials and whilst human remains were placed in there. So it's interesting to think maybe otters themselves had some kind of relationship, or were seen to have some sort of relationship with the ancestors. Work's been carrying on in the southern cell. We've been doing quite a painstaking plan of all the stones and the bones that we found in that cell, literally painstaking, because you're kind of working on your elbows and leaning onto your shoulder in a very confined space. But we've managed to do that, and we found that there's just, well, if you count the skull fragment that was in just below the entrance backfill, we've had sort of 3 bones used as the kind of closing deposit in the southern cell. So at the back corner, what I thought yesterday was a scapula actually turns out to be a piece of a long bone, probably a femur. And then in the far eastern corner we had part of a pelvis, and these were both just tucked underneath small stones, so partly visible. They've been partly visible as the tomb was the cell was sealed off. They were just tucked under these stones, and then other bones, the skull fragments, were used in the backfilling of the doorway. So we've had a really busy week. We're on target for our finishing. We've got 3 more days next week with a reduced team, and we're just going to be focusing in on this west cell to get the last remains of the burial deposits excavated, and have a look at the kind of the floor level. There's a clay floor there which has got some bone trampled in. So it should be an exciting week next week, and it's certainly been one this week.